5 years. That's how far Intel was from irrelevance per industry analysts in 2024. Apple dropped them in 2020 for Mac Silicon. AMD passed them in server chips by 2022. NVIDIA took the AI chip market entirely. Then on June 16, 2026, Intel announced their 18AP node entered mass production, and Apple is reportedly evaluating it for iPhone 18 Pro. Watch until the end. I'll show you the single Apple metric that tells you whether this turnaround is real or another head fake. Intel's collapse timeline. 2020, Apple announces M1 transition, dropping Intel from every Mac. 2022, AMD passes Intel in data center share for the first time since 2005. 2023, NVIDIA takes the AI silicon market entirely. By 2024, Intel's foundry business is losing over $7 billion a year. CEO Pat Gelsinger is fired in December 2024. Lip-Bhutan replaces him. Industry analysts give Intel 5 years to find a path or be acquired and broken up. The collapse looked terminal. Intel's bet was the 18A node, a complete process redesign moving to ribbon-fed transistors and power via backside power delivery. Investment over the 4-year development, approximately $40 billion. The bet was that Intel could leapfrog TSMC at the leading edge if it spent enough. If 18A worked, Intel could win back fabless customers. If it failed, the foundry business was finished and Intel would be broken up. Tan staked the entire company on it. The 18AP variant announced June 16 is the production yield version. The bet is now on the table. Apple is the largest semiconductor customer in the world. Per TSMC's annual reports, Apple alone represents approximately 25% of TSMC's revenue. If Intel can win even a fraction of Apple's chip volume, the financial impact is structural. The reported evaluation per Bloomberg covers the iPhone 18 Pro A series chip, a meaningful but not exclusive contract. The actual significance is what an Apple deal signals to other potential customers. If Apple validates Intel's 18AP, Qualcomm, MediaTek, and others have political cover to follow. The Apple deal is the proof point that unlocks the rest. The risk no investor talks about. 18AP production is announced, but yield rates are not disclosed. Chip industry analysts estimate Intel needs above 70% yields to be commercially viable at Apple's volume requirements. TSMC's N2 node, the comparable competitor, runs at approximately 85%. If Intel's yields are below 60%, the unit economics fail. The Apple evaluation continues for months before any commitment. Intel needs to demonstrate sustained yields at scale before the deal moves from evaluation to contract. The June announcement was the gun fired. The race is 12 months long. Here's the signal I promised. The Apple iPhone 18 Pro teardown will happen in September 2027. Independent analysts from iFixit and Tech Insights will identify which fab produced the A-series chip inside. If they find Intel 18 AP silicon, the turnaround is real and INTC's revenue trajectory resets. If they find TSMC N2 silicon, the evaluation died and Intel falls back to the original 5-year clock. The Apple decision will leak in earnings calls before then, but the physical teardown is the proof. September 2027 market. Most investors will trade INTC on quarterly earnings noise. You now know the single date that defines reality. September 2027, the iPhone 18 Pro teardown. Independent silicon analysis will reveal whether Intel won the Apple deal or whether it remains a head fake. Subscribe to tickr for the breakdown when the teardown lands. Next week, we walk through SpaceX's IPO economics. And the Musk premium that just made SPCX larger than Amazon.